So with all that being said, please welcome our first presenters this morning, owner Stafford Swearingen and store manager Missy Mays.
Good morning. We're very excited to be here, number one. Before we get started on talking, there's a short video here, I think about 2.5 minutes, that we'd really love for you all to watch. I think I've got the sound up far enough, but if not, we'll work on it. So.
We have a couple of different pieces of equipment that we use here. The one is the juicer, and you just take the produce off the wall and put it in the little chute, push it down, and the juice comes out. And it's just a mixture of the produce juices. We take the fresh fruit, and sometimes we're also juicing in a couple of the products. And we don't have any dairy or sugar here. So most of the smoothies call for coconut milk, almond milk, soy milk, coconut water, but there's a couple that call for apple juice, orange juice. Those are juiced into the blender, and then we blend it with the ice, and that's your smoothie. Everyone that we've hired has just been amazing, and you know what? None of them have been avid juicers. Some of them have never juiced before, but they wanted to be a part of the healthy option for our community, and they're loving it.
This is 100% healthy and good for you. And a number of our customers and people I like to call clients now, because they're here on a daily basis, are so excited to have a true, what they call, their words, not mine, a true healthy option for Sedalia and Pettis County.
That's what's so fun here, is to watch people experience how good natural foods can be.
Sedalia has done what Sedalia does, and
Yep.
it supports new local businesses.
Yep.
It's been fantastic. I love this place. So, as I said, my name is Stafford. This is Missy. She's our store manager. I'm Greeter Gary. I'm the chief dishwasher. I'm the bookkeeper. Anything but the maker of the juices. Simply because, well, I kind of missed that part of the training. You're wondering probably why did Stafford and my wife Gina choose Kwench? We wanted to find something that we could add to our community. And next question that comes to mind is, really, staff, healthy? You're more of a poster guy for Five Guys Burgers and Fries, quite honestly. But this is something that we thought Sedalia needed. And Gina did a lot of research into the companies that could provide something healthy for Sedalia, and we landed on Kwench, which is good because none of the other, the bigger franchises wanted to come to this market for one reason or another. But as it turns out, this Kwench has no added dairy, or no added sugars rather, no dairy, and no powders. So it's all healthy stuff for your body. Refreshingly healthy is what we like to call it. Not without some struggles, right, Missy?
That's right. So I came from a medical background. Those of you that may know me, I was school nurse for 16 years. I worked for an OB-GYN before that. So I came into this with my little knowledge of working at McDonald's in high school. And guess what? It's changed since then. And I just, gave the food out the window. This is way different. So we have had one of our biggest hurdles is just getting the word out. So yesterday was our 1-year anniversary. Yay, yes. And I've seen a lot of these faces in our store, and I appreciate that. But it's a small town. And yesterday, in this past week, I have had people say, "How long have you guys been here? Are you new? Did you just open?" I'm like, hello? We're on 16th Street. I mean, you guys, it's just been interesting fathoming to us that And I have lived in this town for many, many years. I get it. New businesses come to town, and I miss the little food truck or that something new is being built on Main Street. I get that. But getting the word out in our small town has been tricky. So we have started like once a week or so, once every 2 weeks, Gina, our staff will take samples out to local businesses. We try to promote that way. We've gone to the gyms. We've partnered with SC Fuel. We've done some of those things. So that's kind of trying to get the word out. We're here talking to you guys. If you haven't been here, been to Kwench, we would love to see you there. At least try it. It's great to see somebody take their first sip of an orange juice because they came to get the banana smoothie, whatever that is. You know, we have to take a drink of an orange juice or a green juice and go, wow, that's pretty good. You know, we put these combinations together. It's better than I thought it would be. I was thinking smoothie, now I don't even like the smoothies because I've kind of graduated up to juices. So that being said, it takes a lot of produce. And produce, I had no idea. Produce is a big thing. You know, I don't know how we've all learned to this curve, but getting produce from a company, the prices change constantly. I know some of you know that, didn't know that. I mean, I know it changes in the grocery store, but I still need those strawberries, so I got to get it. Bananas are, sorry staff, I'm never going to get
Force majeure.
Bananas right now are that.
And sometimes they come in looking like my shorts.
They do, and you can't make a smoothie with a banana like that, or it tastes like shorts. It tastes like green shorts. So these are all things we've learned. They send us these bananas that because of labor problems where they're being harvested, or they had horrible weather, all these things, I didn't even think about that in my little small world. So the produce has been a tricky thing. And through all this, we want to promote health with our produce, and it needs to be fresh and ready to go and really good. It can't be the smushed berries and that. So we've all become produce managers, and that's been a real learning curve. I know a lot of you are also familiar with staffing and the issues that can cause. We'll have these super great days where we're doing great numbers, and then the next day it's cloudy out, and we'll come in and go, okay, where are the people? Because we're ready. We've got 10 people ready to work, and, 2 customers come in. And so we're trying to figure that out, which I understand now is the food business partially. Weather plays a part. I don't know. Holidays play a part. The Katies have told us some things. Yeah, you're not going to get anybody the day after Father's Day. Mm-hmm. And we were like, what? That's a thing? I didn't know. And they said, yeah, it's just not busy that. Well, they've had years of experience to learn that. Mm-hmm. So those have been some of our biggest hurdles, getting the word out, promoting good health in a small community, which I think people want to get on board. They're just not sure how. I mean, this is the show me state, and they want you to show me. And I get that. They want to be shown how good it is. So the produce and the staffing, it's all been a big learning curve for us, but never mind. I'm not going to say we're getting a grasp on it because that'll jinx me right away, but I think staff has some things
to that end, market, you can spend thousands upon thousands of dollars on marketing and participate in every golf tournament and every charity event and be on radio, newspaper, TV, yada, yada, yada. You all know as well as we do, you've got to balance what you think is going to be the best for your advertising dollars. We've done the common stuff. We've got a website. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. They're on the back of those menus in case you all want to follow us. I think that's what it's called for Instabook or whatever it is. It's,
Instagram.
Instabook. Showing my age. We've been on radio. We didn't feel that was probably the best bang for our buck, so we haven't continued with that. We're doing the Sedalia Showcase now, if you all know of that little publication with a bunch of it. We feel we get a lot of ups from that. Where else are we? We're the standard search engines for restaurants. We've partnered, like I think you mentioned, with some of the local businesses, the gyms, the SC Fuels that provide other healthy options. As I said, there's a myriad of opportunities out there for our guilt-free goodness, as we like to call it. I don't know how we are on time, but we're more than happy to take some questions. In fact, I think I'm proving my age. Yep, there it is. I don't know how to get rid of that little circle there going around in the center. But if you all got any questions, we'd love to hear them. Wow, we've answered it that well. Yes, Kate. Actually, we did.
We got the jungle.
After we're done here. Oh, how many of you all have been into Kwench? How many of you all been there a second time?
Yay.
Good. We haven't
Thank you.
pushed off too many people. But we're out on, for those of you all that don't know, we're out on 16th Street, across from the college, right next to Elite Dry Cleaning, right up about 2 doors up from SC Fuel. It's a booger to get in and out of there right now because they're redoing the road, but it will be nice when they're finished. Any suggestions on where we're marketing? Yes, Claire.
I have a question. What would you say your biggest competition is? Do you think you have like drive-throughs? Is that a big competition for you, or do you think that your curbside service?
I think competition, there's nothing exactly like us in town. There are other smoothies and other juice places. Ours is all fresh. Ours is all natural. As I said earlier, no dairy, no added sugar, no powders. The biggest competition is the human brain. I mean, it is. I am not a tree hugger. I don't eat fruits and berries all day long. I was very serious. I love double cheeseburgers, and my cholesterol shows it. But the biggest, I think, competition is the fast food joints. You mentioned drive-through. Gina and I were looking for a place. In fact, wanted the very end one in that same strip center because it has a drive-through window there. But we couldn't get that. So as everybody else did during the pandemic, the COVID, we offered curbside service. Still do. In fact, we've got an app. It's for both the iPhone and the Android. If you all want to, I think you search Kwench Sedalia, isn't that it? Or
Yeah, it's got an orange
Kwench Juice
slice on
Cafe,
it.
yeah. You can even order ahead of time, and we'll have it ready for you when you show up, or we'll bring it out to you. We have a quasi-delivery service. We say if you order $50 or more, we'll Delivery Dan, another name, we'll be happy to bring it to you. So, yes.
Would you, or are you now able to do like a mobile version for special events or things like that?
See that we've looked at that. We have. In fact, right when we hooked up with Kwench, we talked about a food truck, if you would, and we're still in that phase. It's hard. I mean, you'd have to have a blender there, a juicer there. You'd have to have all the produce there. You'd have to have a fridge, a freezer,
Ice.
Or you have to pare down your menu. I mean, if you look at the menu, it's rather extensive. And Gina and I and Missy have all talked about how we could pare down that menu to offer just some common items, so where we don't have to have the whole produce wall that you saw in the video. That we don't have to have a full freezer for all the frozen stuff. We haven't quite gotten there yet, but yes, it is something that we are toying with. Yes, ma'am.
What do you went with Kwench?
Mm-hmm.
You said because they didn't have power, they didn't have. What have they done for you? Are you happy with that relationship with them?
It's an evolving relationship, wouldn't you say, Missy?
Yeah.
It is a smaller one. We
It's a small it's a young franchise.
it's a young.
Only
That's the
5
word
to
I'm
6
looking
years
for.
old. So we are one of the first 12.
We were one of the first 10. They're now to 15.
By the
and
end
I
of the year,
think-
we'll be at 20.
Yeah, it's a growing franchise,
With
which
that
is one of the reasons it
comes
wanted to come. He loved this market, and none of the other ones. There's another Kwench out there with a Q instead of a K. They're based in Los Angeles. This one's based in Boston. The one in LA was like, nah, not a big enough market for us. Now, if you were in Kansas City or St. Louis, sure. But Chris, the owner of Kwench with a K, saw this market. He loved it. He saw it as an in to Missouri. And quite frankly, we have also the rights to about 3 or 4 other cities in the surrounding areas if we want to. Once we get this one going, we don't know what normal is. None of us know what normal is. If you've started a business like we did, got to work in our timing quite a bit. But I mean, John and I have talked. We don't know what normal is for something like this.
He's been supportive though.
Yes. To answer your question,
and I think part of what we've done is Gina and staff. Sorry if you don't mind me talking about you. Have the business background that they have helped him see some things that need, that there's a need, and so that's been a good
good relationship,
business. Yeah, business. Yeah, they've shown him things that are needed, and he's responded well.
They don't have a national marketing plan right now. It's, as I said, it's an evolving franchise, but they're getting there. Yes. Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
How do you know what your top sellers are? I'm sure you do.
Mm-hmm.
And then does that evolve over time? Does that change with the season? I know you've only had a year in, so it's hard to say. But is there any concept?
Across the franchise, the Tropical Infusion is a smoothie that I think people come in, I do this when I walk into a restaurant that I'm going to order, even on the menu, and I'll look and I get a little flustered. I usually ask the waiter or the waitress, what do you get? Because I'll just have that. It doesn't really matter. What do you guys like that work? So you'd think that people would go top of the menu, but about the fifth one down is the Tropical Infusion, and it's across the franchise, at least the ones that I've helped open. And I do go help open other franchises across the franchise. People are interested in what is a banana, strawberry, pineapple, mango smoothie taste like with orange juice in it. And it's pretty hard to beat.
It's basically the entry level on the smoothie side.
And yes, Gina has done all the spreadsheets that tell us exactly what we've sold of everything. So staff and I just go, okay. So we know which the top selling juices. We know what, the most popular bowl, which our acai bowls are the only real acai bowls in town to answer, that question that you asked about our competition.
That's right, yeah.
Our
I'd
bowls
forgotten about
are
that.
the only we get pure from this company called Tropical Acai, that they puree the fruit and put it in cubes and they send it to us frozen. And so
It's not a powder.
Yeah.
And most everybody else uses powder.
Yeah.
In fact, I'd say probably 80 to 90% around the nation uses powder.
And our bowls are really taking off. I think people are using them as it's a meal replacement, or they're putting protein powder in them. We have protein, and it's 16 ounces of a whole bowl of fresh, we use frozen fruit for the bowls because it's blended frozen, but it's a whole bowl full of fruit, and it tastes delicious. So.
And they decorate them all pretty like that, too.
Yeah, they look just like it. No, we
Once
do have
again,
wooden bowls like that.
no artistic talent. They don't let me do that.
We can do that, though. If you want to, I've had people come into Jacksonville. I was just in North Carolina, and they're like, I want that picture. I'm like, okay, let me go look at the picture. All right, I think I know what all those things are. Let me put that for you. So.
Yes.
So I hate to cut off good conversations, but I'm going to volunteer you. I'm sure they would be happy to talk to anybody that had questions after
Sure.
our presentation.
Oh, yeah.
What can we do as a community to help your business?
I've been to a few of these, and it's kind of cliche-ish, but it's what everybody says: get the word out there. Come in and try us.
Yeah.
It's not the granola heads that everybody thinks that we are. When I walked in the first time to a Kwench, I had that deer in the headlights look. And the guy took me under his wing and said, what are you looking at, juices or smoothies? I said, I'm going to start with the smoothies, just like Missy said. I'm going to go conservative here. The juicing stuff, that's for Gina. And he said, start at the top and work your way down. And quite honestly, the second one was green, and I think I said it in the video. And I looked at that thing, I went, oh boy, that's green. But the minute I took a taste of it, it was fantastic. I mean, I can't believe the combinations that Kwench has come up with. And I look at it and go, yeah, that and that, but really you put that with it and it tastes good? It does. It does, believe me. But help us, just try us.
Yeah.
And if you like us, which I think you will, we think you will.
Yeah, come
You're
by
hooked.
and see us. We have free samples in the case a lot of
Yeah.
times of smoothies and juices that, we just made for someone else and there's a little bit left, so we don't want to waste it. So we'll save it, put a cap on it. You can come in and try it. And then you kind of have some ideas. And if you do like it, which again, it's all fresh produce
Yeah.
and fruits and
Bless you.
vegetables. It's hard to beat, We'd love it if you'd share, talk about us to other people and follow us on Instagram and follow
Mm-hmm. them
our
where we are.
stories. And yeah,
All right.
So you said, samples are your
we do.
We do have samples, and after we get recessed here, we'll start pouring.
Yeah,
So thank you all very much for the opportunity. Please come in and see us.
thank you.